everybody. Doing a full video gaming collection here today. I got 276 games to show. It might be a little less or more. I might have miscounted. I squeezed as many as I could in the screenshot that I'm going to use. I'm going to kind of just breeze through these, maybe talk about a few here and there. I don't want this video to really push more than like an hour and a half, 2 hours, so I'm going to start with the kind of cartridge-based stuff, the older stuff first, and kind of work my way forward as best I can. So I'm going to start with the NES stuff here first. Jeopardy! Junior Edition. Classic Concentration. That was a TV show at some point. Lemmings. Jurassic Park. It's actually a pretty good movie-based game. It's top-down view like Zelda. Mario is Missing. This is like just like an educational type game. The Adventures of Lolo 2. Solstice. Silent Service, a cool sub-combat game. That's Ultra, which is Konami's other name. Because Nintendo would only allow, I guess, companies to put out a certain amount of games, so companies would just come up with other names. Rad Racer. It's gonna get messy and maybe a little noisy. Pinball. Mystery Quest. Monopoly. Super Pitfall. A couple classics here. Super Mario Brothers 3. And Super Mario Brothers 2, which was like a reskin. I think it was called Doki Doki Panic in Japan, and then they just threw Mario characters in instead. Tiny Toon Adventures 2. Tiny Toon Adventures. It's obviously based off the cartoons from the early 90s. The First Adventures of Lolo. Hal. What do they make? I think they make the Kirby games, or they did make Kirby games. Dr. Mario. I suck at this game. It's just like a unlicensed 4-card. It's got a Linus Spacehead, Super Robin Hood, Treasure Island Dizzy, and Boomerang Kid. Bobble. This is a cool game made by Rare, actually. Anticipation. It's like it draws out stuff and you gotta guess what it is as quick as possible. A Nightmare on Elm Street. It's a 4-player game. Or it can be a 4-player game. Wrecking Crew. And Tetris, the classic, obviously. And Tetris 2, which is a little bit different. Okay. I'm trying to think what to grab here. I literally have a bunch of the cartridges just thrown down here. I'm going to do my 2 N64 games that I have at the moment. Scooby-Doo Classic Creep Capers. Cool game. Short, but it's cool. You play through almost like episodes games, Indiana Jones, and the Infernal machine. Let me try to, there we go. I want to auto-correct that manual focus. I had it on autofocus, but it was like just annoying me too much. Classic game. A lot of glitches, but super fucking fun. Alright, let's move to the Super Nintendo and Super Famicom. Wizardry 5. Heart of the Maelstrom. NBA Live 95. Classic. The first live game, I believe. It went from Lakers vs. Celtics series to NBA Showdown, then to that. Another Tiny Toons game here. Buster Busts Loose. Donkey Kong Country. This is a not an original card, but it still plays exactly like the actual one. Wario's Woods. Another Scoob game, Scooby-Doo Mystery. Pretty fun. The Genesis one's much better. It's like a point-and-click type game, like the classic Rip Capers kind of is. This is a platformer, but it's still alright. Indiana Jones' Greatest Adventures. This is the first 3 movies. In the vein of graphically of the Super Star Wars games. It's made by the same people. Really fun game. It's cool. It's tough. But it's fun. I never played this. I had gotten this for Christmas maybe a year or 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know. But it's really cool. I never played it back in the day. And now I'll go to the Super Famicom games. Tecmo Super Bowl 2. I got this for the Super Famicom because it's literally all in English and it's like $50 cheaper than the US one. Final Fight 2. Super Bonk. It's a sequel to the Bonk's Adventures games on the TurboGrafx. It's actually fun. This game's pretty crazy. Actually, you do a lot of shit right out of the gate. This is like Mickey's Magical Quest 3, or I forget what it's actually called. And 2 of my other favorite games. ActRaiser, another one I got because it was cheaper for the Super Famicom. A little bit tougher to play because it's obviously all in Japanese, but I popped on a guide to kind of figure out some things, and obviously the platforming stuff is easily playable, but even the world building stuff's not that hard either. You know, not with it not being in English, but classic hybrid game, fucking awesome game. And another gem, UN Squadron, or Area 88 over there, UN Squadron. I believe it was an anime over there too. Really cool shoot 'em up game. It's fun as fuck and hard as shit, but cool game with awesome music. Let's move to the old Genesis. NFL Quarterback Club. College Football National Championship. A few of these games came in a lot. I got off of eBay. Garfield, Caught in the Act. Really good looking video game. Real colorful and stuff. Pretty fun platform as well. Centurion, Defender of Rome. I had to get this because I remember having this as a kid and enjoying it. It's kind of it's like a strategy game. NBA All-Star Challenge, a classic. This is Rbi Baseball 3. Tecmo Super NBA Basketball, really fun, like the other Tecmo games. Keeps stats and everything, and I love that shit. You can simulate seasons and whatnot. FIFA, International Soccer, the first FIFA game, and fun as shit. Me and my friends used to play the 4-player on this. And we also have little tournaments in it, so I had to pick it up again. Bill Walsh, college football. Tecmo Super Baseball. Sorry about that. Sports Talk Baseball, another fucking classic. My friends and I still play this one occasionally. Columns 3. U.S. Olympic Gold. Or, it's just Olympic Gold, actually. It's made by U.S. Gold Presents. This is Barcelona 92 Summer Olympic Games. The only box game. Another Jeopardy Deluxe Edition. All new 94 edition, so. NHL Hockey. And NHL 94. Fucking my favorite hockey game of all time. I think with NHLs, it depends on kind of the ones you grew up playing, but this one still holds up. My friends and I still play this from time to time. It's super fucking fun. The one-timers were introduced in this one. Just, it's such a good game. Road Rash 3. Awesome game. Road Rash 2 is probably my favorite of those 3 Road Rashes on the Genesis. And I liked Road Rash 64 as well. But this one's super fun. Genesis portion with the Lakers vs. Celtics games, the Lakers vs. Celtics in the NBA playoffs. Then it was Bulls vs. Lakers in the NBA playoffs. Then Bulls vs. Blazers in the NBA playoffs. And NBA Showdown 94, which still is like the side-to-side of these ones before they went like the diagonal view of the NBA Live. This one has all the teams in it. The other ones have just the playoff teams. These ones have all the teams. You can play like a full season. These games are classic fucking gameplay. Players have special moves and shit. The music's awesome. I still feel those hold up too. Actually, I'm going to do these, a couple of, like 8 or 9 PlayStation games I have. And then I'll do the handheld, some of the handheld Nintendo ones. Snowcross. This is a garage sale pickup. Most of these were. NHL Face-Off 97. Madden 98. Madden 99. And Triple Play 98. That looks like fuck, who is that? Oh, it's not Ray Langford, I don't think. Brian Jordan, maybe? That's gonna be a problem putting these things everywhere. Gran Turismo, the first. Do a little tapping here, which I haven't done. I'm moving pretty quick, so maybe I'll talk about some more games. $10 on Amazon new, and I really do want to play it. It's sequel to Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross. It looks really cool. And Final Fantasy VII. I've never played this game for more than a few hours. I did not have the PlayStation. Growing up, I had the N64. I didn't get a PlayStation until like seriously later on for like a couple of bucks. And I know people love this one. My personal favorite's 3 or 6. But maybe one day I'll actually play this game full. Alright, let's dig into these handheld games. My 2 original Game Boy games, Lock and Chase and Quirk. I actually owned these both when I was a kid too. These are my games from when I was a kid. Then I sold my Game Boy stuff back in the day to my friend. And he gave it back to me to sell on eBay. And I had to keep these 2. I'm like, I have to keep these 2. It's an awesome puzzle game in the vein of a Pac-Man, but with like a little bit of difference. And this is also a puzzle game as well, where you gotta go through rooms and figure out how to get to the other side of the room. 2 Game Boy Color games here. It's Scooby-Doo Classic Grape Capers. But the Game Boy Color version, it is different than, this is like straight point and click. Very similar to the N64 one, just obviously different graphically, and you do different like missions. It's not the same stories as the other one. And it's funny that I have both. My N64 games, I have their counterparts for the Game Boy Color. Here's Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine. This is actually kind of similar to the N64 one in terms of levels and stuff. Obviously, it doesn't look like it graphically. I have not played a ton of this, but I had to get it because it was fairly cheap, and I love the N64 one. Take a slug of water here. Game Boy Advanced games, jeez. Lord of the Rings, the Third Age, very different from the one that was on the Cube, Xbox, and PS2. This is like a straight-up strategy game. The other one's a role-playing game in the vein of like Final Fantasy. Stuntman, really fucking cool GBA game. I love the Stuntman games, and this was no exception when I got it. It's that classic trial and error-based gameplay. It'll piss you the fuck off, but it's fun. You're playing through movies, and you drive through the levels. Super Mario World, Super Mario Advance 2. So this is the Super Nintendo game. Motocross Maniacs Advance, a sequel to the first one was on the Game Boy. I believe the second one was on the Game Boy Color. Really sick, like dirt bike games, and the first one's fucking awesome. I need to get that again. Classic NES series, Ice Climber, classic puzzle game. Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. These are very similar. This and the Two Towers are very similar to the ones that came out for the consoles. They don't look obviously as nearly as good, but they're very similar attacking, like kind of hack and slash games. Scooby-Doo, Cyber Chase, and Mystery Mayhem. And Scooby-Doo Unmasked. 2 of these, actually I think Cyber Chase was also on the PlayStation. The other 2 were on the PS2, Xbox, and GameCube. I actually have a surprising amount of Scooby-Doo games. Like 7 or 8 Scooby-Doo games. It's kind of funny. Spy Hunter, Sonic Advance 3. This and Ice Climber came from that bunch of Gameboy Advance shit I got over the summer. I kept that. And this is fun, actually. It's a cool game. 007, Everything or Nothing. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. And Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Really cool game. This is an RPG, and it works so fucking well in the Potter universe. I don't know what that new Potter game is going to be, if that's going to be like an RPG, but I kind of hope it is, because it did really, it works so well. You know, just casting spells and shit, like, it just works great for a turn-based RPG. Chamber of Secrets on the Game Boy Color was also an RPG, like, had the turn-based battling. Oh, sorry about woke the cat up there. Alright. I'm going to move into Cube, Xbox, and then PS2 now. Do the 3 GameCube games I have. Rbi Baseball 2004. Lord of the Rings of Two Towers. You'll see this pop up again. I got this in the garage shelf for 75 cents and haven't sold it. I like having GameCube games even though I only have 3. They're hard to fucking find and they're expensive. And, Resident Evil 0. Alright, let's do the Xbox. It's right in front of me. Midway Arcade Treasures. This is the first one, I believe. Has a bunch of classic Midway arcade games on it, like Spy Hunter, Joust, Paperboy, Rampage, Smash TV, 722, and Marble Madness. Shit like that. Another game I love. Silent Hill 4 The Room. Good Silent Hill game. It was originally not supposed to be a Silent Hill game, but then they just fucking made it Silent Hill. This one actually takes place like out. You're in the room in first person, and then you kind of like go through a portal in your bathroom to random areas. Creepy fucking game with, in my opinion, my second favorite Silent Hill story behind 2. Use Henry Townsend's name, right? Yeah. Use him in this one. Classic creepiness of fucking Silent Hill and dread and just gross fucking enemies and shit. I'm glad I had this again. I actually pre-ordered this back in the day. I just picked it up not too long ago for not too much. Silent Hill games are going through the fucking roof. Survival horror games in general are going through the roof. Jedi Starfighter. Oh my god. Gladius. Awesome turn-based strategy game. Like, it's awesome. I've talked about this a ton. It's so fucking good. So fucking good. 007 Agent Under Fire. Cool Bond game. This is the first game I actually... Oh no, it wasn't. It was like the third game I owned for the GameCube. Pretty cool Bond game, actually. This and Nightfire were really good, and so was Everything or Nothing. Everything or Nothing was in third person. These two in first person still. That and Nightfire are. And, here I have the 3 Prince of Persia games that came out during that era. The Sands of Time, fucking awesome game. Warrior Within, which I've only played a little bit of, but as you can see, the prince is taking a turn here. He looks more pissed, although he kind of looks pissed in the first one too. But and the Two Thrones, which I've never played, but I wanted to pick it up because I want to play them all. The first one, though, well, not the first one. The Prince of Persia's been around for a while, but this first one on the Xbox, GameCube, and PS2 was awesome. It's just classic jumping, wall running, jumping, good combat. It's really fun. It flows well. And here's the Third Age. One of the only fucking turn-based RPGs for the fucking Xbox. It's really good though. You play like random people, and somehow you're thrown into the actual events from the books. Like you're there when you're fighting the Balrog with Gandalf. There's a bunch of other not name people, and Willem Dafoe's in here, Shannon Elizabeth. Richard Keel played Jaws, I believe, right? That's who he played in the movies. Got Judi Dench as him, John Cleese. Cool game. Got this for $4. I think I got this from the Video Game Trading Post. Blood Omen 2. Really cool game. It's the Legacy of Kain series, which I like. Blood Wake, launch title for the original Xbox, the boat combat game. It's pretty fun. Madno 7. And another one of my favorites, Dead to Rights. I actually like these better than the Max Paynes. I mean, Max Payne games are awesome, but this game is just fucking balls to the fucking wall. You have your dog Shadow who can disarm people. You're flying through the air, doing the slow motion that they ripped off from Max Payne. You're doing that. It's just badass. They throw enemies at you constantly. It's a fucking awesome game. Really unique boss fights in here as well. Oh man, my lower back is starting to bother me. Let's do the PS2 games, then I'll move on to the Wii. Sly Cooper. I got this at the garage sale that I got 2 towers at. Case is busted. Midway Arcade Treasures 2. This has, now this gets into the more later releases in the arcade for them. Mortal Kombat 2, 3, Gauntlet 2, Spy Hunter 2, Narc. Primal Rage, Arch Rivals, which is classic. Championship Sprint, Pit Fighter, shit like that. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. Awesome hack and slash game like the 2 Towers. And here is the 2 Towers. Really cool game that follows the movies and whatnot. They were really cool hack and slashes for the time. I remember being really excited to get them. There's a couple Cabela games that I got at garage sale as well. Alaskan Adventures and African Safari. I have not played them. Gallop Racer 2001. It's a horse racing game that I got, I think, at the same garage sale. Another one of my favorites, I don't know why. Final Fantasy X-2, sequel to 10, obviously, where you use Yuna here and Riku from 10 and Pain was new. The 10-2. This one's kind of unique because you only use the 3 of them. And this game kind of just took, like, Final Fantasy X super serious. This one's like she's a pop star. She's wielding guns. It's fun though. I really like it. I don't know why. It's a cool game, but I don't know. I really liked it. Maybe because I pre-ordered. And I still have the pre-order poster from fucking when this come out. Oh, the sticker's taking up the label. This is obviously not my original copy. I want to say it came out in 2003. Another horse racing game that I got at that garage sale. Breeders' Cup World Thoroughbred Championships. Made by Bethesda. Another Scoob game. Scooby-Doo, Night of 100 Frights. This is actually a really good game. It's probably the best of the couple that came out for the consoles then. Mystery Mayhem and Unmasked the others. This one's really cool though. It's like a platformer as well. Kind of opening, not open world, but the areas you go in are pretty open and shit, and you can kind of backtrack as well. It's a fucking game I really enjoyed. State of Emergency. The back of this is classic. A shadowy corporation has seized control of your country. The people have taken to the streets in protest. A state of emergency has been declared. It's literally like what it is. Like you're just blowing shit up. There's just enemies, not enemies, but people everywhere running around doing shit. And you gotta deal with the corporation. There's a cool arcade mode. I don't know if it's in this one as well, but in the Xbox one, that's where you could just run around and get points by destroying shit, and you can import your own soundtrack, your own CDs into the Xbox, which is such a cool feature, the original Xbox. And I had a bunch of, I'd listen to like Helmet and Ministry and shit while playing. It was really fun. Mission Impossible Operation Surma. I've not played it. Spy Hunter. A bunch of these I got from the Game Trading Post. And 24 the game. Wasn't into the show, but the game looked kind of cool, and I have not played it yet. It was some different for $5, so I grabbed it when I was kind of on that PlayStation kick. PS2 kick, I should say. Final Fantasy 12, cool Final Fantasy game that has the combat that, like, 15 has and shit. Where it's not turn-based, you're kind of running around. I don't think it's turn-based. Actually, but again, I got this at garage sale a while back, and I put a bunch of time into it and then stopped. I actually have the Zodiac Age one for the Xbox One that I might pop in at some point. The Godfather of the game came from that garage sale with the Cabela games. Another Final Fatal Frame 3 The Tormented. I played some of this one. This one's pretty cool. I should have fucking picked up the other two when they were new for like $50. I got this one for $50 because I'm like, you know, I fucking want it. And I got this in 2020 off Amazon for $50 new. On Amazon it's selling for $105 new now, but it's selling for that much, $90 to $100, $120 on eBay used. I'm like, what the fuck? The fucking survival horror games are going through the roof, man. Let me do these Wii games I have here. Wii games. London Taxi Rush Hour. I got this at a garage sale last year. TNA Impact. Wrestling game. The Bigs 2 I got at a garage sale. It's still sealed. Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga. This has the first 6 in it. And now they're making the Skywalker Saga. It comes out in a few months. That it's going to have 9 of them in it. So that's going to be pretty crazy. I'll get it, though, because I originally played this on the PS3. And this I got at a garage sale this summer. But these Lego games are awesome. Oh my god, this back, holy shit. I gotta kind of... Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. I had this originally when I went way back in 07. And, while cool, I felt it was so much like Ocarina of Time. So when I was down by my mom's over the summer, she had this and the Wii. I was like, "You care if I take this?" And she didn't care. And last game's another indie game, Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings. It's a pretty cool game that kind of got shit on, and it actually works well with the Wii remote. Like, you gotta go like this and shit. It's actually a pretty fun game. Oh, let me try 360 here. GTA 5, the original GTA 5. Awesome GTA game. Dead Space 3, I did a gameplay of this. Actually a really cool game. Not my favorite out of the 3 of them, but this one's almost open worldy where you can go to abandoned wrecks in space and go in there and get some, little side quests and shit, which I thought was cool, and the combat's really cool in those games. LA Noire. I remember when it came out, I got this fucking awesome game. It's got, what's his name? Aaron Stanton, who's in... who did he play? I can't remember his name. He's in Mad Men. Kenny something. Cosgrove. Cool game where at the time, the faces looked amazing. And you had to, read their kind of ticks and shit and see if they were lying and stuff. It's actually a really cool game. This was on like 2 discs, at least 3 discs actually. Jesus. I think I got this one at the church thrift store, $3. Borderlands 2. I've not played it. Assassin's Creed 3. I really like this Assassin's Creed. Use Connor here. It was really cool. It's during the American Revolution, so Assassin's Creed games, you come across the famous people and shit. A lot of people don't like that one. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. You use what's his name? Oh, why are they not telling his name here? Raiden. This guy you used in 2, like that was the big reveal from Metal Gear Solid 2. It was you used him for like more than you used Solid Snake. People were pissed, but that was an awesome game. And in this one, he's like a cyborg, and it's made by Platinum Games with Konami, and it's like a Bayonetta. UFC 2009. Splinter Cell Conviction. This was a cool Splinter Cell game, actually. It's actually pretty brutal. Modern Warfare 2, a fucking classic shooter. Good multiplayer. Campaign was really cool. It's crazy. This came out in 2007. No, this came out in 2009. The first Modern Warfare came out in 2007, I believe. This came out in 2009, and it's fucking... There's been like 1,000 Call of Duty since then. This is like ancient at that point. At this point, I should say. There's another one I got at the church thrift store. Call of Duty World at War. As is this one. Test Drive Unlimited, which is kind of an open world driving game. In Hawaii, I believe, yeah. Borderlands, the pre-sequel. I have not played this. That's the garage sale for $1 a few years ago. Here's a game I really enjoyed. Fable 3. Really waiting on that next fucking Fable. Because this game came out, 2010? I really like this game a lot. 2 is probably my favorite, but I really like this one. This one's where you have to... The more, like, money and shit you save up will depend on how many, like, people live and die at the end of the world scenario in this. Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Really cool game. This is, Connor's grandfather, Hatham's father. This one takes place in the Caribbean. Really cool game. A lot of ship combat in this. This one's actually awesome. It's one of my favorite Assassin's Creeds. And Condemned, Criminal Origins. Fucking awesome horror, first-person horror game. The violence is brutal. You do a little forensics type shit and like kind of FBI type stuff. You're an FBI agent. So it's like crime scene shit as well, which they improved upon in the second one. This game's just brutal fucking combat, man. It's creepy as fuck, too, this game. This game's awesome. The second one's really good, too, but this one's fucking awesome. For a little space here, I'm gonna do Wii U. Then I'll go Switch and Vita. And then I'll end with the Xbox One. Onto the Wii U. Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE. This is like Fire Emblem and not Persona. Shin Megami Tensei, I believe. I didn't play a ton of it, honestly. And now it's out on the Switch, like fucking almost every Wii U game is. This isn't though. Mario Party 10. Star Fox Zero. I still need to play this. I got this used back of, God, I forget. That'd be like 5 years ago. A lot of people didn't like it. New Super Mario Brothers U. This is another game that's been released 6,000 times, I feel. Yoshi's Woolly World, really cool, cute platformer. Everything's yarn, pretty much. We Fit You. I used this for a bit back in the day. And it's a pretty cool way to keep track of shit and help lose some weight and shit. I don't even know where our balance board is anymore. Bayonetta 2, a fucking awesome game. I can't wait for fucking 3. I really can't. This game's just like bad shit crazy. Yes, it's the first one. Use Bayonetta here, who doesn't have the long hair in this one, but and our friend John. The combat's crazy, like Devil May Cry. It's even more crazy than Devil May Cry. Just insane fights and everything else. And he has a remix pack. This is where you do random, like, quick little things for old NES games, like Metroid, Mario 3, Kid Icarus, Kirby's there, Link, Ice Climbers, Psych Bike, Donkey Kong, Metroid, there's Wario there. Lego City Undercover, which was like a big deal exclusive for the Wii U, and then they put it out everywhere else, like a decent amount later, but I can get it on every system. But it was cool because you used the gamepad a lot on it, which was kind of really cool. The gamepad was a big feature for this. It's an open world Lego game. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, cool game where you have to use the stylus on the gamepad to get him to go because he like loses his legs or shit. It was actually really cool. I always played as the Waddle Dee. My fiance used Kirby. Really cool game. This actually did not get a release on the Switch. Breath of the Wild. I've not played enough of this, honestly. I may pick it up on the Switch at some point just so I can play it and I don't have to fucking lug out all this Wii U shit to hook it up. When I played it, it was fun. It was cool having a fucking huge open world Zelda game. For sure. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Really cool side scroller. Hard as fuck, but really fun. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. They really released this on the Switch and had some extra levels. I might have to pick that up someday. It's a cool thing where you use the gamepad to like look around the world. You kind of have to figure out what to do on each little thing you're in. Really cool game, actually. He first popped up in this Super Mario 3D World, which is fucking awesome. Like, this is an awesome fucking game. This is the one that had the cat suits in it. It's just such a good fucking Mario game, man. It looks gorgeous. It's just so cool. Pretty hard as well towards the end. Pikmin 3, which we got because it was somewhat cheap and we had an Amazon card. This is back when this game all of a sudden gained value for some reason. The second we get it, literally like a month later, it's all of a sudden a fucking platinum choice or whatever the fuck, player's choice. I'm like, how? It barely sold. Pretty cool game though, where you gotta lure the Pikmin around. Each one of them have different abilities. Pissed me off too. And last one here is Mario Maker, which is really cool. You make your own levels. You're able to download other people's levels and shit. Some of the levels people made were fucking insidious. And you have to beat your level too after you create it, or it won't get uploaded. So you gotta piss yourself off just to fucking beat it. Alright. Let's move into the Vita. Some of these Vita games were gifts, so I want to say thank you again to people who gifted me some of these games. But like the other stuff, I'm gonna kind of breeze breeze through them, but I want to say, thank you again to the people who give me some. I keep his beat. I still haven't opened it with this little dude in it. This was one of the gifts, anyway. And these Vita games, some of these Vita games are going up in value like a motherfucker. Like this one I picked up for $20 at GameStop. Price sells for $60 now. Summon Night 6 Lost Borders. This actually has a manual in it too. It's a pretty thick one also. World of Final Fantasy. Really enjoyable game. Deathmark, I like this. I need to get this on the Switch too so I can play it on the big screen. It's cool, like visual novel, kind of, you gotta figure things out and shit. It's a cool game. First in the Spirit Hunter series, apparently. Dragon's Crown, same people who Atlas, who made like Odin Sphere and shit. It's in a similar vein. Looks fucking great. Fun combat as well. Chaos Child. Tokyo Twilight Ghost Hunters. Uncharted Golden Abyss. Really fucking cool game. Good Uncharted game for the Vita. Took advantage of like everything the Vita could do. In terms of the back touchscreen, the front touchscreen, you gotta hold up the thing to light at some points. It's really cool. It's just like a prequel to the original. Persona 4 Dancing All Night. It's a rhythm game with the Persona music. It's actually really fun. I put a ton of time into this. It's not overly hard though for a rhythm game, but it's fun. This is another game. I bought this for $20 new. Persona 4 Golden. Because I was scooping up these games because they were disappearing. And this is a game I really enjoyed on the PS2. Just added a character and some other shit. I never beat it on the PS2, I don't believe it, but $20 new. This game sells for like $70 used now, I feel. And this is another one too. Trigger Happy Havoc, Danganronpa. I actually have the collection now on the Switch. Because I wanted, this one was like $22 from GameFly, which is now, this is like $70 or $60. Because these Danganronpa games go through the roof price-wise as well. It's like a mystery type fucking game. Also visual novel and shit, and it's like gory and pretty twisted. Ys Memory of Celceta, Wise. Role-playing game. Don't have the case. Smart Ass, it's like a brain training type game. Earth Defense Force 2, Invaders from Planet Space. I always think that's funny, Planet Space. Lego Harry Potter, years 5 through 7. This one's actually exactly like the one on the consoles. Lego Lord of the Rings. Really fucking cool game. Very much like the console version. Lego Jurassic World. Really cool as well. Lego The Hobbit. Also another fun one. These Lego games on the Vita are really good. Uda Ware, Rumino, Mask of Truth. This is a strategy type game with a lot of dialogue to sit through. Batman Origins, Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate. Cool 2D, kind of 2.5D as they call it, game. It's actually pretty fun. And Shiren the Wanderer, Tower of Fortune, and Dice of Fate. Those last like 6 games there were all gifts, so thank you again. What are you doing, Kat? You want to go get some food? 1 second, guys. I had to pick her up because there's a wall of games there that she wouldn't have known how to get past, but alright. I'm actually doing real good on time, which is good. I'm be able to keep this under an hour and a half. This gum has lost its flavor. She will go into the pan after this and make a bunch of noise. Let's move on to the Switch, then Xbox One. Yoshi's Crafted World. Cool game. This time it's all like paper mache crafting stuff. Trails of Cold Steel 3. Still sealed. Super Mario Odyssey. Really fucking awesome, fun game. Very long. A lot of shit to do. Sonic Mania. Really cool fucking Sonic game. Like the old ones, it's super fun. Civilization 6. Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. This is also a cool game that's like a hybrid, like an ActRaiser. It's like part fighting, and then you gotta also do some like growing stuff as well. This one also has a manual. A cute little manual there. Root film. It's kind of cool. You have to figure out shit. You like watch tape and then gotta figure out stuff. It's like a paranormal type story. I haven't played a ton of it. Octopath Traveler, I've talked about this. Really cool game. Triangle strategy game comes out soon, which is in the same graphical style as this, but it's a strategy game. This is a turn-based RPG in the, you know, like 16-bit kind of vein, but with better graphics and really just cool art style. There she goes. Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch. This is still sealed. Here's the second Spirit Hunter game, NG. Very similar to Deathmark. I like Deathmark a little more. It's creepier. This one doesn't seem to be as involved as that one. New Super Lucky's Tale. Luigi's Mansion 3. Really cool. Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. The remake of the Game Boy one and the Game Boy Color one. Super fun game. I'm towards the end of this. I gotta beat this. Family Feud. Oh, there she goes. Now she's gonna cry like 5 times. Danganronpa Decadence. So it says Danganronpa, the first one. It has Goodbye Despair, The Killing Harmony, and then Danganronpa S, Ultimate Summer Camp, which I was playing a little bit of. Shh. Crash Bandicoot 4. Fucking hard. As you saw from my gameplay. Well, now the cat's gonna be fucking annoying. Collection of Mana. So this has Final Fantasy Adventure, which is technically the first one. Secret of Mana and Trials of Mana. So that one's a Game Boy game, and the other two is Super Nintendo. Trials of Mana was not released in the US until this point. Bravely Default 2. I started playing this a little while back. It's a fucking cool game with more cool art style. And Bobble. 4 Friends. This game took us like an hour and a half to beat. Alright. Now, let's finish it off with the old Xbox One. Once again, there are some games in here that were gifted to me, so once again, thank you to the people who did that. Okay, you gotta go back that way. My only Xbox One game without a case. Assassin's Creed Unity. World of Final Fantasy Maxima. This one's still a lot of these are still sealed. Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. The Walking Dead, the final season. Chronicles 4. These are cool strategy RPGs with also really cool art style. Halo Infinite, I did a review on this. Really cool fucking game. Wasteland 3. This is still sealed. Dishonored, Death of the Outsider. This is the DLC for Dishonored 2. It's pretty cool. I played a little bit so far. Here are the 3 Dark Picture games. Man of Medan. these games all, they like play out like movies almost, where all the characters could die, none of them can die, a few. You gotta make choices and shit, and gotta be quick on the button presses sometimes, but they're all pretty cool games. I have not beat this one yet, but I beat these two. Call of Duty World War II. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I bought this again a while back at Five Below because it's $5, and I actually really enjoyed this game. It was so different because like you can go into space. There's actually some space battling. It's a very small part, but it's a really cool game. Call of Cthulhu. That one was a gift. As for these two, Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon, and Blair Witch. Both cool games. Blair Witch was actually really cool and actually really fucking creepy. I need to bust that one open and do a gameplay of it. I can do a gameplay of a lot of these actually. This cat's gonna fucking knock everything over. Battlefield 1. Assassin's Creed Origins. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. A fucking awesome game, but it's not one of my favorite Assassin's Creed games, if that makes sense. Here's what I talked about last night. Biomutant. Oh my god. Star Wars Squadrons. And of course Skyrim. There's another one that was a gift, Harry Potter collection, so it has the 2 Harry Potter games. The Lego Harry Potter games are really fucking cool. Just being able to go around the whole school and shit was fun. Desperados 3. Mega Man 11. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. NBA 2K 2-1. Still sealed. Ukulele and the Impossible Lair. Metro Exodus. Destroy All Humans. G.I. Joe Operation Blackout. This is like a classic, like, average type game, which is kind of fun to play. Oh, man. Stretch run here. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Awesome fucking game. Resident Evil Village. Resident Evil 8. Really cool game, actually. I like it a lot. Rise of the Tomb Raider. Rise Son of Rome. Cool exclusive. It's another gift. Sega Genesis Classics. It has like 50 Genesis games on it. If you're into the Genesis, definitely get this, because it's got pretty much all the fucking awesome games on it. The Sinking City, like Call of Cthulhu. This is a H.P. Lovecraft type game. This actually has a map in it. I was like, there's some weight there. This was a gift. Sniper 3 Elite. South Park: The Fractured But Whole Steelbook. I'd rented this from Gamefly, I think, and beat it. And then I got this again because it was like $15 and I wanted to play the DLC. It came with the season pass. It's a really cool, this is a turn-based strategy one with a grid. The first one's like, actually, I should say the first one's turn-based, Stick of Truth. This one is like a Gladius. I actually like this one better than the first. If you're into the show, you'll love it. If you're not, the gameplay's still good, but if you're not into that humor, it might be a little annoying. This is one of the best, if not the best, exclusive of the Xbox One, Sunset Overdrive. Made by Insomniac Games. It's fucking awesome. It's got the Ratchet and Clank type weapons and shit. It's super colorful. Really fun gameplay. Siberia 3. Another sealed game. Tom Clancy's Division 2 that I got at Five Below for $5. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. Awesome remake of 2 classic fucking games. This game's fun as shit. Trine 4 and the Trine Collection, so it's got all 4 Trine games in it. This is also a gift, Watch Dogs. Assassin's Creed Chronicles. This has the 3 games. I think it's China, India, and Russia. Another gift. We happy few. Like I said, some of the gifted games are unopened, and a lot of the games I bought myself are unopened. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, fucking awesome. This is the gold edition with the DLC, and the DLC in this game's sick. Resident Evil Revelations 2, really good, creepy Resident Evil fucking game. I think that one's underlooked. Resident Evil 3, a cool remake, but not as good as the Resident Evil 2 remake. This one's like a straight remake. This one changes a lot, but it's still cool, but I like this one better. Here's a fucking amazing game. Red Dead Redemption 2. It's just fucking awesome. Just play this if you haven't. Got this from GameStop a couple weeks ago for $1. It was actually $1.08, but they didn't have much change, so he just gave it to me for $1. It's Quantum Break. This is a cool exclusive as well, made by the guys who do the first 2 Max Paynes, Alan Wake, and Control. I'm getting this. It's only a fucking $1. I had beaten it. That's another one I got from Gamefly. Mass Effect Andromeda. This is a cool. I fucking enjoyed the shit out of this game, and people shit on this game. I really liked it as a Mass Effect game. Some of the stories are fucking stupid, but it was cool. Terraforming planets and shit. I don't know. I really liked it. Maneater. This is a fucking silly fucking game, but it's cool. Plays a shark and you fucking level up and shit. You're attacking other wildlife people. Your shark mother gets killed by this hunter, and he cuts you, and you eat his hand off like you're newborn. And then he's like, I'm going to remember you because I'm going to put the scar on you. And then you're like getting revenge as the kid shark age. Fucking ridiculous. Mafia 3. I need to play this again too, or finish it, I should say. This game's fucking starts fucking intense, man. That's all I'm going to say about that. It's really cool. King's Quest Collection. I'm sorry, King's Quest, the complete collection. King's Quest 5. No, it's just King's Quest. Another gift here. Kingdom Hearts 3. This is the one I got for Christmas a few years ago. This one's unopened. Hellblade. Sanoa's Sacrifice. They're making a second one that looks interesting. That looks very strange, and that's not a bad thing. I played some of this on Game Pass a while back, and it was very, they actually say it somewhere, maybe. Yeah, created in collaboration with neuroscience and some people who experience psychosis. Hellblade's Sanoa's Sacrifice will pull you deep into Sanoa's mind. This game has a very dreamy and type feel to it. It's hard to explain. Gears Tactics and Gears of War 5. I bought this one. This was $5 at Best Buy. I had already beaten it on Game Pass, but I'm buying it. And this is I played some of this. It's a strategy game in Gears of War universe. It actually works really well. Here's another gift. I need to open this one up because the person didn't want to see a gameplay. I need to get around to that shit. I have to get around to a lot of gameplays. The Pillars of the Earth. This kind of just looked cool. That's why I put it on my wish list. Had a cool look to it. It's supposed to be books, I think. Based on books. Here's another one I bought and didn't open. Mutant Gear Zero Road to Eden. Just like Gears Tactics, those kind of games. Desperados 3, Wasteland 3. Final Fantasy X 10-2. HD Remaster. I need to play this. Even though I've played a lot of that shit already. Another one I've got a while ago. I never opened Final Fantasy Type 2 HD. This is a fucking port of a PSP game. The Falconeer. This is kind of a cool, interesting game. Alright, let me breeze through the rest of these. Gears of War Ultimate Edition and Rare Replay. Final Fantasy 15, really fucking cool game. And here's Final Fantasy 12. It's Zodiac Age, also unopened still. I got this while I was in Florida in August. It was $10 at Walmart, so I bought it. And the same thing with the Final Fantasy World of Maxima. World of Final Fantasy Maxima. Here's another gift, The Evil Within 2. I did a review on this, I'm pretty sure. And I think I did a gameplay as well. This is a really fucking good survival horror game. Dragon's Quest 11. Echoes of an Elusive Age S. This game's fucking gorgeous and it's fun as fuck. I need to get back into this one. And Doom. And Doom Eternal. I actually like Doom Eternal, prefer it a little bit to Doom. It's just fun, crazy, frantic Doom gameplay. And the last one, which is also a gift, Dead Rising, which is a classic, originally a 360 game. Still my favorite Dead Rising, although I wouldn't call it the best Dead Rising. I think that's 3. This one is my favorite. Oh, man. Holy shit. I got it under an hour and 10 minutes, but that's my full video game collection. 276 games, I believe I said. But thanks everybody for checking this out, and if you made it through the whole thing,